what you've got is, what's missing is you had balance back in the day.
Right.
If you had NWA, you had A Tribe Called Quest, you had De La Soul, you had EPMD, you had Redman, you had Wu-Tang, you had Biggie, you had Tupac. You had all these different things that you can choose from. It was like a salad bar back in the day.
Right.
But now, what the biggest problem is that balance is gone. But I'm going to show you how. Is the fact that the corporate pirates, like we used to be in control of this culture, but the corporate pirates came in and took what we treasure. So what did they do after that? They cornered the market.
Right.
And when they cornered the market, it got forced into this one-trick pony style of everything, where everything sounds the same and they're rapping about the same old stuff.
I'll tell you a quick story. A buddy of mine was a director on major hip-hop videos.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, finally, he went to the record company and said, I can't do another video with girls in bikinis and hot cars and the bling and all this. He goes, it's the same video. And the record companies would be like, that's what we want. That's what you got to do.
Well, that's the
Finally,
thing.
he left. He went on to other things.
It's not that everybody's like, oh man, that dude is whack. Yo, that dude is whack. Yo, this current style of, I mean people that are doing hip hop, or the people, the fans of it, don't like it. And it's like, the thing is like, you ever hear that statement, they know not what they do?
Yeah.
Okay? Because you'll have artists that obviously ain't about that. They'll come into a label and they'll be rapping about cows and electric fences.
Right.
And they sit there and they go, okay, well that's cool and everything, but where's your songs about chicks, bling?
We need the hot women standing next to the cows near the fences.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the thing being is like all that stuff that they act like they're in the video, it's like it's all rented. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And even if they are succeeding, you know what I mean? It all has a shelf life, because what it is, it's like a big machine. Like they're selling this all right now like Pepsi and Coke. Do you know what I mean? I mean Coca-Cola, not the other stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's plenty of that flying around as well. And it's like, and we live in an instant gratification society right now. Do you know what I mean?
I was channel surfing and I saw that iHeart Radio concert. It was a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
2 hours later, all I remember is Jennifer Lopez's ass. I don't remember one song. I don't remember. It's like popcorn for the mind. No, seriously. It's most of that music leaves you with nothing.
No, it's like, it's audible
Not
shite.
all. I mean, I'm not making blanket statements.
Yeah, it's audible shite. You know what I mean? It's crap. It's crap.
So your music is not crap, and there are tons of great indie artists.
That's a matter of opinion.
There are tons of great indie artists worth pursuing. Who are some indie hip hop artists that you would recommend?
Right now?
Right now.
I'm not knocking anybody, but like I love Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
I really like Kendrick.
Something to say.
I really like Kendrick Lamar. J. Cole is another one who I think is all these artists are progressive and you know what? I'm not a huge Drake fan.
But what about some indie guys? Drake doesn't need your publicity. What about some indie guys?
But what I'm going to say about Drake is the fact is that the guy knows what he's doing. Meaning, like, he isn't overly good at one thing. It's his versatility. And that's where I can relate to that is I'd like to say my versatility is my greatest strength. I'd like to think, and it's by design, that no two songs sound the same. You know what I mean? It's like indie hip hop artists, man. You know what I'm actually loving right now, and I've loved it for years. About 10 plus years strong is Irish hip hop from Ireland.
Well, give us some artists. Who should we listen to? Who should we
right now, I'm a really big fan of this dude named Funzo, Funzo, and Alan Newman. Okay. And they put out this album called Artificial High. Big stamp of approval for the genre. You know what I mean? I go down the list. My boy Muggsy, who's from Donegal, you know, terrorists. That's actually his name, and
Yeah.
what a really good.
But he's a
dude.
good terrorist.
Yeah,
He's not a bad terrorist.
Yeah. My boy CMX. I mean, so my man Trigger from Cork,
All right.
and there's so many that that I love over there. The whole scene.
So I'll tell you
is
some
just-
New York guys to look for. Cooley High, that's his theme at the beginning of the
That's
show.
that's a big.
Cooley High.
That's a big famous movie too.
Yeah. That's where he got the name from.
That's
So
dope.
Soon, Sound of Something Out of
Yeah,
Nothing.
but-
So Soon's
I
awesome,
saw
right?
him. Yeah, I
you
saw
guys were on the
him.
same show together.
Why don't I just sit there and say that so soon?
Tar
No.
from the Bush, awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Tinkerbell. Tinkerbell.
Okay.
You can't slap a label on that girl. You know what I said to her after the fact? We kept in touch. As I said to her this, I go, you remind me of a mix of Missy Elliott and Lauryn Hill.
And blues.
Combined.
And blues. She
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
like all different
Like-
genres.
Yeah.
I told her to come on the show. I got to get the info from you. I got to connect with her. She's
Yes.
awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. And tell us about some of your career highlights.
Oh man. Ha. I remember the first show I ever did was at the Boston Teachers Union Hall in South Boston at like my grandmother's 75th birthday party, I think, something like that. And it's basically been on from there. Every neighborhood that you can think of in Boston, like New Kids on the Block when they started, they played like majority. How do I phrase this correctly? Black neighborhoods or whatever. You know what I mean? They played the Lee School in Dorchester. The Strand Theater. I mean, just countless. I played the
Right.
Strand. I remember auditioning for something at the Lee School. I'm blessed to say, I'm able to coach there with my man Al McLean, known as Al Ski. His brothers, I told you about them before. His brothers, the Wonder Twins, Bobby and Billy McLean. I mean, these guys are the best dancers I've ever seen outside of Michael Jackson.
And you can
These
see
guys,
some great dances today right here on the show also.
and but I mean, I've done every neighborhood you can think of in Boston. I remember just back in the day, I embed myself into the fabric, meaning like Cindy Diggs, Cliff Brathwaite, known as C1. I mean, they took me into all the neighborhoods and they nurtured me. Do you know what I mean? And my man LD said it recently. They said, he was telling someone else while I was standing there, he's like, he was standing there, he was in neighborhoods where the only person that looked like him was him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's not like I want a badge or a pat in the butt or a pat in the tuchus for it. Do you know what I mean? But one of the things, and I fault a lot of white rappers these days, that are coming up trying to do it. It's like they want to do the music, right? They want to do the music, but they don't want what comes with it.
Yeah.
Meaning, what happened, where I can build off that is, I remember the first time I ever smoked, and I was with these guys, and they were like, they said something that forever stuck, and I carried it with me. They said, you know why we like you? Because we know that you could go home and change your clothes. Do you know what I mean? And you won't be messed with. You know what I mean? Whereas, black people, black friends of mine, they can dress looking like you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And go in a department store and they're still going to get followed, or they get pulled over by the police and harassed. Look at the the current state of affairs. It's never been worse as far as like the relationship between the police and the community. You know what I mean? And I just, I'm a huge NWA fan, and they got inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But I mean, they did a song years ago called, "Fuck the Police."
Yes.
They did a song called "F the Police," and the funny thing is like how relevant is still that message today? I mean, they gave a voice to the voiceless, and That song still stands up
I have
today.
had friends and family who are cops. I have known good and bad cops.
Yeah, I got
So-
good ones. My father was a cop. He's retired.
So
You know what I
you've
mean?
known good and bad ones.
Yeah.
So that's you know, when you put something out over social media, you have to tell two sides of the story.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Oh,
somewhere
yeah.
there's a cop that's going to run into a building and save your baby and save your dog also.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some bad ones too, and I've known some.
Yeah.
Anyway, give out any social media or any.
Okay. Twitter.com /Shayminn.
And spell it.
SHAYMINN.
Okay. You know, on the net, I've seen it both ways for you, one end and two ends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to add the second N because there's a Pokemon character.
Oh, okay.
named Shayminn.
Okay.
So I try to go on YouTube and everything and search myself, and I'm like, I can't
You
find
find
nothing. You know what I mean?
Pokemon.
Because
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
the Pokemon dude, like, you know.
Yeah.
So, Facebook.com /Shayminn, SHAYMINN. You can also look me up on my personal page, Kevin Patrick O'Brien, nice Italian name.
Yeah.
And Instagram, I am Shayminnko, SHAYMINNKO. And that's basically my social media handle right there. Can I just shout out some people before I leave?
Real quick.
Okay,
Yeah.
real quick.
Yeah.
I just want to shout out everybody that's tuning in. I want to shout out my kids. I just want to shout out everybody around the world. Everybody's tuning in right now.
Alright.
Singapore, Germany, Ireland. I can't vouch who's there, but tell me all afterwards. Hit me up on Facebook.
That's it.
My daughters, friends of mine around the world, just everywhere,
There you
just
go.
everywhere. I'll rattle off some names. Maria, Sinead, Ava, Roisin, and their father, David, Deborah in Singapore. I mentioned some guys in Irish hip hop. My mom, my dad, who I believe are tuning in right now. My brother Michael, his son Luke. Just all these.
You know why
all
I
these
never do
people.
this when I MC shows?
Why
Because the
that?
3 people you forget hate you.
No.
Anyway,
No.
we'll be back after this very brief commercial timeout. Shayminn will be performing later.
Yeah.
And I just want to let people know that Bernie Worrell and Blowfly are in bad health. And Bernie Worrell, there's a charity for him to get money for his. He's got stage 4 cancer. So go to the Bernie Worrell Facebook page and try to help out Bernie from P-Funk, one of the great artists of all time. And I want to also dedicate this show very quickly to Otis Clay, who passed recently, great R&B and blues artist, Bongo Eddie from Kid Creole and the Coconuts, Ron Ford from P-Funk, Joe Houston, Nick Caldwell from the Whispers, and blues great Long John Hunter. They all passed in recent days. We heard a ton of stuff about Bowie and Lemmy. Give the other greats their due as well. We'll be right back with Frit and Frat. And we're going to have some great dance, some great blues with Alpha Halverson and Tommy Ma, and Shayminn's going to perform. We got a loaded show, but very brief commercial. Time out right now.